I have had the misfortune of presiding as a pastor over 4 funerals as a result of suicide, and one of those was of a 15-year-old girl. And it only takes one to let you know it's a huge issue. With teenagers, it's difficult to draw them out often. You know, your kid comes home from school, how was school today? Fine. What did you do? Nothing. You know, you kind of get this, and when you live in a community such as ours, everyone seems happy. Everybody seems healthy. You just look around and everybody seems like they're really enjoying life and life is good. And then you're that kid that doesn't feel good. And so you're the oddball and you're not going to tell anyone. And so it takes licensed therapists really to dig in there and to get these kids to open up and to get to the heart of the problem. The Second Wind Fund has let us know that it's safe to talk about suicide, that talking about suicide won't draw kids into it. It gives them the resources and the vocabulary to talk about the very things that they're facing. So the Second Wind Fund has given us the necessary tools to deal with this very serious problem.
Suicide is a huge issue. We lost our son, Patrick, 19 years old at the time, had gone away to college. I thought that Patrick was you know, a very well-adjusted child, but apparently when he was off at school, he suffered a clinical depression that none of us were aware of. And when he came home for Christmas break, he took his life 4 days after he had returned from home. None of us were aware that Pat was suffering such pain. I knew that Pat was having a hard time adjusting at school, but I thought it was just a normal freshman adjustment period. I know that it's the second leading killer of college-age students. I know it's a huge problem in high school and in middle school today. And so we need to understand that accidents kill our children, but the disease that kills our children is depression and suicide. So we have to get that message out to parents so that they can understand that they need to be looking out for signs of depression. I'm here because I love him, and you know, there's no place to put that love for him. So this is the way I do it. I know that spiritually he's still with me, so that's what motivates me to help other parents do not go through what we as a family have had to go through. That when someone is in that kind of pain, we have to be able to help them through it and not make them feel so stigmatized that they can't ask for help. And so the more that we can normalize those feelings that come with depression, the guilt, the shame, why would somebody not ask for help? You know, there's got to be a reason, because Patrick came from a very supportive family. He had tons of friends, and yet he didn't tell any of us that he was hurting like that. The Second Wind Fund was the organization that I felt that I wanted to be a part of, because I saw that they were actively trying to help children that were in crisis before it became to the point that they were going to take their life. It's people that care and they love children. And so they've given the schools a way to be able to touch base. When they've got a problem, then that's who they're going to call as the Second Wind Fund.
Personally, I don't know what we would do without the Second Wind Fund. I call the Second Wind Fund regularly to just ask for advice. The Second Wind Fund is a movement. It's not a program. It's not a program against suicide. It's a movement to bring faith communities, businesses, healthcare providers, schools, all together, rowing in the same direction to promote life. We're not just preventing suicide, we're promoting life. And the Second Wind Fund is a vehicle where religious and secular can come together and say life matters, and we're going to give ourselves to promoting life in this community.